9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Come one, come all. We are here down in New Smyrna Speedway here in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, live for tonight's East Coast Action Racing Circuit as they are taken to the stage right now, working their way around, having a little bit of fun, setting up for the next race in their season. Hi again, everyone. I'm Christian the Crusader Driver. Welcome back to the show as we are currently dealing with our drivers here on the track, setting up for their runs here tonight. Let's go ahead and take it over down to our lineup here. As you see right here, Rick Spencer Walt will be out here in his number 31 machine here. And you got Kyle Jackson there in the Wendy's number 6 as well. The 7 of Brandon Coleman coming back out on the track here. Great to have him back on the show. Paul Durkee in the 43, always a favorite around here. Back behind the wheel of his 43 Win Dixie, and Carter Casey in the Budweiser 2. Maybe looking for a little bit of a leeway, a little giddy up after his race he had last time I always seen him. Steven Naylor in the 4 as well, another hard charger, a guy you got to keep your eye on anytime he's coming out on the track. And Justin Lawson in that big black and black number 20 machine. Final starter of course for our drivers lineup will be the 17 of Brian Doty, as he currently is getting ready to put up some laps and put up some times here. We are still just minutes away from the final laps of qualifying to be settled, and the final chances for these drivers to make some moves and make some chances here up on the show. A hot one set here for you at home, and a lot of drivers set to take shape and form for tonight's action here. As we do so here, let's take a look at our track tech talk for the evening here. As we mentioned, we're down here in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, where the weather right now very beautiful, very nice out. The wind definitely can be a bit of a factor though when it comes to how hard these cars are going to get pushed around. And you can see also the corners are going to be something else. We'll get more into that in a minute. But of course, this track, full in length, this is a full circle oval. This is going to be a very hard track to tame in for one reason. That's because those corners, entries, and exits. And if you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about here, well, let me just take you to the onboard of Steven Naylor here. As you can see how loose he already is with these Super Late models. That bottom line is where they're going to be trying to hit up all night long, where they're trying to keep these cars stabilized. But even then, that's easier said than done, considering the fact of is it's so easy to make a little bobble or a little mistake out there and completely ruin your night. So watch for the drivers early on to kind of lay off the huge runs and try to stay more focused on just trying to corner in and trying to stay focused on that rhythm section that you see Brandon Coleman in the 54 right now is trying to do. And that's definitely not helping him out any at all. These guys just, oh, big licking to have there from him from the number 2 there, Carter Casey. That's okay. They'll get that fixed up and ready to go here. Only a couple more seconds left here of qualifying left now, and looks like time has expired. So now that will set up tonight's field here. That will be our starting lineup and gun on this one. So we'll talk about him now in a minute. As they finish qualifying, drivers are getting told we're done and good here. Justin Henson tunes on in, and I'm not saying what he said in the chat, but Justin, maybe in the dirt, bud, but not in the asphalt. All right, here we go. Let's get down to business here and show our starting lineup for tonight's action here. It'll be Rick Spencer Walt there in the number 3, and then it'll be the 6 of Kyle Jackson. Then it'll be the 7 of Brandon Coleman with the 2 of Carter Casey. And then the 43 of Paul Durkee with the 4 of Stephen Naylor. And final starters, Justin Lawson in the 20, and then the 17 of Brian Doty to round out the field here for the shootout. 1 hour long in length, 8 cars on the track. Work your way through and fight your way out. There is no gimmies around here. There they are now in their starting lineup in the gridding order here, ready to put on a show for the race fans here down in New Smyrna Speedway. They are ready. They are set. And of course, if you're just now catching this here on Facebook Live, first off, thanks for tuning on in. Hope you'll like and follow us up. But if you're watching this up on the YouTube end after the race is over here on the Facebook Live section, if you'd like, go ahead and subscribe over there. We will be having this race in its entirety over there as well. So hope you guys enjoy that and hoping you'll enjoy everything there. So here we go. Let's get them out on the track. The 31 of Rick Spencer Walt will charge them off and set the tone early. He will be the man to beat on the gun and on the start. But will he be able to hold off that the entire way through? There is a lot of drivers here that would love to knock him off that perch, knock him off that porch. And as they field it around here, getting ready to get him up back by yet again. Had to do a little refresh there of the page just to get everything fixed in. Sorry about that. As the producer's telling me, we're still working on an overlay image to try to not have that happen anymore, but even easier said than done around here, as we've been told. Packed house here tonight, looking to see some racing action from the Super Late Model Division. 8 drivers tuned in with us, 8 wanting to go at it and have a little fun. As the pace truck will come down around out of turn 4 this time by. They are waiting for the green flag to fly. Rick Spencer Walt sets the tone, and we are off and running. The gate is open. Let's go. Eddie laps to the distance for the East Coast Racing Circuit boys as we come off the start through the chicane. Kyle Jackson in that Wendy's number 6 having an early run there with the 7 of Brandon Coleman right to his inside, but Coleman makes a big jump around and he's still number 7. Trying to play down in the middle section already. Jackson's going right for a run early on the 7, but he just does not have it yet. Behind all of them here, the 20 of Justin Lawson fall back a little bit here, but starting to move up a little bit as well. 43 of Paul Durkee still where he started at in the gridding order, but looks to try to change that pretty quickly with Carter Casey right beside him. Coming off the Casey's here. Here comes that 43 of Durkee, just making it work its way through. Hear all that power, hear all that momentum. That is the beauty that comes with these Super Late Model Division cars and all that heat and power that comes with it as well. It's just amazing to me. Running them down and around here, the field here. And yes, Justin, we know, trust us. I do enough marketing enough as it is for you boys down in Mississippi. But if you are curious, yes, Justin Edson is with the Mississippi Dirt Crew. So if you guys want to, be sure to catch that, all of the action out when the time comes Thursday night. But right now, currently, we are here with the East Coast Racing boys, and they are showing up what they can here with the Super Late Model Division. They have run the Truck Series Division you've seen here up on the show not too long ago here on Wednesday night. I believe that will be something we will be continuing to do. So we do appreciate East Coast for allowing us to come on out and do all that. And appreciate them allowing us to do these Super Late Model races. These guys can always put on a show and put on, and they'll at least give you something to watch here when it all boils down to it. They never leave a turn unturned and never leave anything without a little power aggression and a little power under the hood. That Winn-Dixie 43 trying to get something going there on Carter Casey. Carter just doing a tremendous job holding them off here in those corners. Got some nice motion and power under the hood, but just nothing is sticking too well here for him early on. Casey continuing to charge his way through, starting to try to find a little bit of a run, a little bit of a gap there, while Durkee just kind of laying back into it, just kind of laying low, waiting for a moment or a strike. Seems like those two are always kind of down at each other's nerves. They're always trying to fight each other off when it comes to their runs. But the man that they're all trying to chase down right now, trying to catch up to, is one of our lone Canadians here tonight, Rick Spencer Wald, in that 31. Let's go on board here with him and see why he is so fast out here tonight. Yeah, I think there's two things to really know here when you're listening to Rick Spencer Wald working that wheel, and that's throttle, rhythm, and control, and how he steers. Take a close look at where that steering wheel red marker moves, and listen how much power he's delivering in the corners and how he's coming off those exits. Take a listen. Not ramping it up too quickly, not overdoing it too well. He's just basically staying off the rhythm and staying in the close section until the time comes and makes a nice jumping around there. Brandon Coleman right now, though, is not giving up anything to him here. He's trying to catch up to him. Here is our laps times right now currently between the drivers here, and Coleman is not exactly ran away from Spencer Wald, but at the same time, Spencer hasn't exactly found a way to keep Coleman out of his sights here. Coleman is behind him, and he's giving some runs here. So I gotta wonder, maybe Brandon's just trying to lay low for a little bit and maybe make the big jump later on. Hard to tell right now. Currently, Paul Durkee still trying to get something to go there up on that Winn-Dixie Mark 43 machine. That's the thing, I'm sure if I race these things, I can make it on the track without wrecking. That's pretty sure he means he thinks he can't even make it on the track without wrecking, but whatever. Well, Hanson, if that was the case, then we might have to put that to the test one day, because I absolutely suck on asphalt, and I know how you are on dirt, so we'll see how that is later. The six of Kyle Jackson right now, currently your third place starter right now, currently down one position, started in second. The Wendy's number 6 kind of fell behind early on when Brandon Coleman and Spencer Wald just kind of dished them for that one. Not saying he's out of it just yet, but he's definitely fallen behind just a slight inch or two. But he's still hanging in there, and it looks like there might be a little bit of some trouble there for Kyle Jackson. He looks like he's bobbling a little bit in those corners. Hard to really tell on our angle, but it seems like when he was coming out of a few areas there, it seems like car was not holding up as well as I think he would like it to. And Paul Durkee is seeing it as well, and he's trying to find a way to get up there. But I think his run might have came a little too short, a little too sooner. He is just really laying low on time zone right now. The only true way to find out is to take a look here as we see with our little new machine we have here called the dashboard. Let's take it on down and see what kind of speeds he's carrying. The bottom right corner of your screen, you can see what Durkee speeds are at right now, and this is Spencer Wald right now. This is what his is at. Spencer's actually getting almost a full about a 5-6 kilometers faster on the straights than any of the other guys are, and that could mean a lot of things. That could mean he's burning up those tires really quickly. That can also mean he's giving himself more of a leeway here, a little bit more trouble. Let's see where Coleman's at right here as well and see where he's going on the speed limit. A lot more tame if you compare it in. He's a lot softer on the throttle, so that could mean a lot of things, but mainly the main thing is he's not as hard, and he's trying to stay a little loose, trying to stay a little more under control. And that seems to be helping him out quite a bit. And that is the new PTM Racing TV dashboard camera coming to work here and putting it overlaid up on the screen, allowing us to see how fast these guys are and gals are trying to push these cars or the trucks or vehicles to their limits, but also gives us a good understanding of maybe how much those tires burn in later on, so we can see what happened there later. But currently, Yeah, that's definitely not the case for a lot of these guys right now. They're just doing what they want to and just hanging in there when they need to. Kyle Jackson still in third place right now with Paul Durkee and Carter Casey falling behind. Falling the back behind right now currently Steven Naylor in that Ford Menards machine. Yeah, he's definitely struggling a little bit out there, unfortunately, having some early problems and set way back in the field, almost 12 seconds back of Rick Spencer. Well, Brian Doty making another trip to the show here and trying to see if maybe he can show something up here on this broadcast and on the race. The Capital 17 machine right now, just the Capital Ford, I should say. 17 Ford machine, Ford Mustang, I believe that's on the car. The only way to know for sure is producers give me a good look at that one. Yep, that's the Ford Mustang, Capital Ford on that one. Gotta love that drone cam when we bring it out around here. So far it is early. But Spencer Wald has just completely ran away from the field, and it's been mainly just who can survive and who can last. They're doing everything they can about it. Something I did not mention earlier too is just how tough these tracks are when it comes to that run on the bottom and comes to that run on the top. Obviously with New Smyrna Speedway, there's one thing that you got to be careful of, and that's the fact of that bottom is where you need to hit your marks at, but it's also the most dangerous area to get your car anywhere near. And as we go on board here with Justin Lawson, I'll tell you more about it here in just a second. But here's the main thing you got to worry about when you're going into that corner. If you dare get that car right below that yellow line and you're not straight as can be, well, let's just say you better hope you can find somewhere to hide, because that thing's going to get trapped in a sandbox full of spin territory, and it's just going to send you for the ride. It's not fun down there, to say the least. You see the little damage there on the 20 of Lawson as well. That's not helping him much either when it comes to the runs here. It's definitely slowing him down a little bit. Speaking of slowing down right now, Kyle Jackson. Talk about slowing down. Carter Casey is definitely making him look like he's slowing down a bit, because he's catching up to him every lap or so. Jackson is not holding that number 6 Wendy's machine ahead here. Take a look at the dashboard now and see how he's holding up on speed-wise. Now he's pushing in just as hard as he was as you saw Coleman do earlier. The only difference is that one is not really that's not holding up nearly as hard as it was earlier compared to what Coleman was doing. Coleman, the biggest thing for him is that he's kind of playing more of a consistent route, trying to stay a little less under pressure and staying more towards a tight steering. Whereas Jackson, it just seems like he's almost throwing it straight in there and just trying to get it to stick. Unfortunately, it's just not working out the way I think he wants it to here. Laps are winding down right now. We're just about ready to reach the halfway point, and this is rather of a shorter race, man, which I don't mind at all. I mean, I like the shorter races, but I will say, though, there hasn't been a lot of passing. I just had to open my big fat mouth there, and unfortunately Kyle Jackson just completely lost it there in the corner and out of the turn. Set himself up way back in the field here. We'll take a look at the replay in just a minute on what happened exactly here, but he just completely lost it out of turn 4. The car just came almost to a complete stop there. Lawson now side by side with Jackson. Lawson makes the pass, and Jackson will lose his spot again, and will lose all that time he made. And unfortunately, Jackson is going to have to live with that one for a while, because I don't think he's going to be too happy about it. The Budweiser number 2, Carter Casey, right now still in the hunt to get up to there, Brandon Coleman, while Paul Durkee kind of just laying low at this point. And then the only guy that really has done anything hard charger-wise is Justin Lawson. He's only up 2 spots, which is crazy to think, but hey, that's racing sometimes for you. Let's go back and take a look at the replay here of what happened exactly to Kyle Jackson there. Looks like he might have just got a little too hard off that throttle out of turn 4, and it just completely sent him around. Hard to say from our end here and the way we saw it, but we'll see another angle here from the cockpit point of view. In just a minute, here is what happened in the corner. He just drove it in right there, and unfortunately it just completely overshadowed himself and completely lost all that momentum, and that's really what hurt him. And then all of a sudden it was just a matter of trying to survive from there. Here is the full replay from the cockpit view. Take a close look at how he was going. Yeah, he was already given an entry. That's where he was having problems. And then he was already spinning out there. He tried to straighten it back up, but it was too little too late. And then the Winn-Dixie 43 of Durkee just came in and just kind of took it away from him there. And set him back completely. And a tough break there for him, unfortunately. Show goes on though, and the show must continue through. And look at this now, Brandon Coleman has a little bit of company to his name. That's Carter Casey now trying to move his way up to the field here. We've got ourselves a battle. And it seems to be the only battle we have around here other than what's going on behind him. But the battle is for second between Coleman and Casey. Casey trying to get a little bit closer, trying to get up right to him here. Justin Lawson looks like he wants a piece of the pie here. He's going for a battle for fourth here. A little damage up on that 20. I'm surprised the car is still running as well as it is, but it's holding up. Durkee trying to keep him down there, trying to keep him away from passing him by. We've done the backstretch though. Lawson tried to evasive maneuver, tried to evasive action there. It did not work the way he was I think he was hoping it for. Durkee is getting really tight in those corners though. You can see it. When will the opening come? Will he make the move? He's waiting for it here. He's just trying to push it forward here a little bit more into the corner. Jackson now fighting right back into this one. He might have a chance to do a daily double on him if he can get the run. Kyle Jackson right now looking to that corner, looking for a run, looking for anything he can to make a position on there, and a little bit of contact there. Durkee going into pit road, and I gotta believe that's either fuel or that was tires, but Jackson and Lawson all of a sudden completely changed it up a little bit as Jackson goes straight down the bottom, Lawson way high, but Lawson gets a better run off that corner because he had more momentum carried through outside the exit. Now it's just a shootout as Jackson goes into pit road and sends it down. Rick Spencer Wald as well goes in there, and Carter Casey and Brandon Coleman will now have to battle for the race lead. For Steven Naylor right now, I'm not sure what he's doing, and Carter Casey, Brandon Coleman's going in. Now Carter Casey is the only one left alone. Well, that was a bit of a change up in the gaps, if you will, and a change up in positions. Carter Casey, the Budweiser number 2 Chevrolet, has the race lead. But I gotta wonder, with everyone else going into pit road, when's he going in? Justin Lawson stays out or goes back out, and he's got that 43 of Paul Durkee about a lap or two down, it looks like. But well, if I take it back, Durkee now starting to build momentum back in. He's got something going for him. Steven Naylor in the four right now, currently in third after just completely way low in the back the entire time. I wonder if that was just a strategy, and if it was, it's brilliant. But I will say, still behind Casey and Lawson, and having a fresher set of tires isn't going to help you too. It's not going to help you if you don't have a way to catch up to him. But there's a little bit of trouble there as yellow flag comes out. We've got major problems. Naylor tries Coleman. Coleman out of turn 4 has come to a complete stop, and big damage up on his end. Yellow is out, and we're going to take it to the PTM Instant Replay and find out what the heck happened here. So it comes out of pit road, and then here's what happened right here. It comes in turn 3 and 4. He's already sidewinding that thing, had nowhere to go, and just completely lost his momentum, lost power, and unfortunately that's why Naylor got tagged in there, and that's a tough break for him. So now the drivers will fight them way back into their zone and in their position. We'll take it down to the chat here and see how drivers are holding up. We do have folks that are with us here tonight. So let's go ahead and have a word here real quick with Steven Naylor. Naylor, you got the copy, my friend?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. I know there was a little bit of a contact little on there at turn 4 with you and Coleman. What happened down there?
Well, he got sideways, hit the wall, and just come back down on track, and then couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah, for sure there, but still, you're holding. Think the car will hold up for these final laps?
I hope so. I should be the last one pitting, so maybe I can do something with it because I'm struggling tonight.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. Can't be good at every track, but Naylor, keep fighting, man, and maybe there's something left in you.
I hope so. I hope so.
Thanks again, Steven. Steven Naylor in the number 4, taking the time to talk with us here. Taking a second now to hit up here with Justin Lawson. Lawson, you got the copy real quick, bud?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, right now you've been kind of laying low this entire time, but you've been fighting pretty well. What's it going to take here on this restart to possibly get a change in position for you?
We got to see how the running order sorts out here. I think we may have caught some fast cars a lap down. That's definitely going to help me out. I don't like benefiting from things like that, but we're going to see how that plays out. I think I got the freshest tires on the track. Hopefully that helps.
Judging by our... go ahead, sorry.
I'm playing catch-up out here. I'm definitely not the fastest one.
Right. Well, you may be playing catch-up, but judging by our scoring system right now, it appears Casey is actually ahead of you, and you're in second, so just a little heads up for you.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, but Lawson, we'll see how it all goes down here. You got a few laps left to complete. Take it easy down there.
All right, thank you.
Justin Lawson taking time to talk with us here as our drivers getting set back up into position here. Looks like we are going to the 1 to go now. Carter Casey will be the driver on the start. He will be the man to beat. But Justin Lawson has about as good of a set of tires as it gets out there. Take a look at our pit strategy, and that could very well play out the difference here. Lawson knows he's not the fastest, but he has a chance here with Casey. But he's got a lot of heavy hitters right behind him that are going to be a lap down that could play into their factor later. We'll see if that's the case. Green flag flies back out, and Carter Casey out of the gun off the start, just completely tearing it down out there and making a big jump here. As right behind him, Rick Spencer Wald, and that 31 trying to get back out of that lap he lost. Led a good chunk of the race, but just maybe pitted at a time he was not expecting, and especially not with something like this happening. Oh no, on the front stretch, trouble for the 31 and the 4, and Naylor almost upside down. Yellow flag is back out, and I don't even really think we need to go to PTM Instant Replay to find out what happened there, but... well, still got to do a job. Let's take a look here and find out what happened here. Right out of that corner, and yeah, man. Looked like Naylor, unfortunately, just kind of got a little too tight on it and just ends up going a little too loose, and then swings it to the left and took Rick for a wall there, unfortunately. So now that will set the drivers back up into position here, trying to finish this one out. This is the second caution of the night. Time is definitely elapsing away here. Let's take it down here to Paul Durkee and see what's going on down there with that Winn-Dixie 43. Paul, do you have the copy real quick, bud?
I sure do.
Hey, man, the Winn-Dixie 43 has been putting up a fight and putting on a show here with some of the guys like Lawson and Jackson, but you'll be now going into the third spot and getting your lap back. What's going to be the key factor for you to benefit off this?
I think I'm just going to be doing all I can do just to hang on to where I am. Carter and Justin have been pretty strong. And if Walt gets back up there, there's trouble.
Well, there's only time will tell, and you never know in motorsports. So, but Paul, thanks for tuning on in, bud, and we'll maybe if anything, you get a little bit lucky out there, like you say.
All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Paul Durkee in the 43 taking the time to chat with us, and we will have to kind of call that one to good for now because it looks like the drivers are getting ready to get back to racing here. Pace them in, pace them down, and get them back around. Rack, stack, and all that, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to go back at it here in just a minute. Now, Casey off that start, he had a good drive off that gate, but Lawson was definitely in contention as well. He was in the hunt. Will that happen again on this lap? That will be the case. That's going to tell our time here. Well, there is only 16 laps to go, 15 on the start. 15 laps on a short track like this, that just equals shootout territory, especially for the two, Carter Casey and Justin Lawson in that 20. And Paul Durkee maybe in the back of the pack right now, but he's hiding in the shadows. So any bobble or mistake from these guys, and that could change everything completely up for him. Take it to the blip cam, and you can just see how far these drivers are from position right now. Paul Durkee in the third spot, which you wouldn't even think, because he's in the back of the pack. But then, of course, your front two runners, kind of obvious where they would be at. Jackson, Doty, Spencer Walt, Naylor, and Coleman, unfortunately, though, are a lap down because of that situation that happened there out of turn 4, costing them big, precious time there. Load them back up and ready, and racks stacked and all that. Packed, jack, and ready to fight back. Out of turn 4. Casey gets a good start. Doty didn't even get off the line there, looked like completely in, but the green flag flies back out, and they are back underway here. Rick Spencer Wall trying to get some moves up on Kyle Jackson. That's sexy. He's going right to the outside, trying to build one more big push up to get his lap back. The lucky dog came into effect here and really helped out for Durkee. But Durkee still got a ways to go if he wants to get anything going for himself here. Take it to the PTM drone cam, chopper cam, call it what you will. This is our shot. This is the guys flying in the air and working that camera around as well as they can. You see the two of Carter Casey starting to develop a little bit of a gap ahead there around Justin Lawson, and the times are definitely showing here. Cornering it in, doing what he needs to just keep playing the game the way he has to. And he knows these guys are coming for him. He knows they're on their way. Justin Lawson and Paul Durkee want to know about lap times there. Well, right now Durkee is catching up, but still he's a ways away from even catching up to the leaders. Lawson trying to build up one last little gas, one last little bit of pressure up onto Casey. And make him just realize that he is there. Make him know that he's going to come for him and try to make that move when his time's right. Lawson has a few chances to make a move and a few chances to get it going here, but with 8 laps left, that doesn't exactly mean anything with time's running out. A little bit of a bobble there from Casey. Looked like he went up a little and brought it back down, but it seemed to actually help him more than anything. Looked maybe a little bit of a diamond off that corner. Now Rick Spencer Wallen in the 31. The outside of Lawson, and the reason why he's running so hard right now is because he's trying to get his lap back, and he knows he's the faster of the guys. He's doing everything he can right now to get something going, and if you look at the dashboard right now, just look at the speeds he's carrying on those front straightaways. That is just how bad he is determined to get back up there. Heading right at the 200 kilometers a mile per hour. Extremely fast and extremely powerful. Through and through here, no one giving an inch, no one giving any chances here. Doing what they can. Will there be enough time left on the clock here for Carter Casey to be challenged up by Justin Lawson? I don't really think so, especially the way this has been playing out. I think Carter is just going to pretty much walk away from him. Lawson is stalling, is fading. He is just trailing away. There's not much left in that one. Paul Durkee, give him credit too. He's moving through the field, but he is just nowhere near the race leader. Justin Lawson, cite the fact he is 5 positions up for where he started at tonight. It might not be enough to take down the Budweiser number 2 of Casey. If Casey can just make 8 more good turns. 2 laps remain. Green flag flies. 2 to go. And Rick Spencer-Wald has a good onboard camera of what Casey is doing and how he's just going to finish this one out. Moving their way through the field, down out of the front straightaway. The white flag now comes out here. Carter Casey just needs 2 more good turns. Bringing it down the back straightaway here. He has got the run in the all-time spot. The way he wants to play it out of turn 4. Carter Casey is going to be your race winner here at New Smyrna Speedway. And how about that? A little bit of a break and a little bit of a lucky chance. And he takes it. Advantage of it full on. Nicely done. And congratulations to him for this one. That is a well-deserved win and a long time coming for him. Woo! It's just that's 6 boys back there just messing around with one another. You can see everyone just kind of wrecking each other at the end. They don't care. These are a great group of guys, man. They're out to have fun and enjoy themselves. This is not about trying to be the best or the best. They all just want to do the same thing, which is just enjoy themselves and have a little fun and maybe share a few beers. Up on the score now, the final results here for the main event here tonight. For our first feature of the race, this is Carter Casey winning it all. Second, Justin Lawson. Third goes to Paul Durkee. Fourth to Rick Spencer Wall. Fifth to Kyle Jackson. Sixth to Brian Doty. Seventh to Steven Naylor. And finally, Brandon Coleman coming back from a little bit of a departure, back on the show, finishing 8th. Great to have him back on here, and great to have everyone out here at running their lines and running their way up through the field. It was a great show, to say the least, here for that finish and that run all the way down to the end. But make no bones about it, Carter Casey deserved to fight for that one. He took it home with everything he can. We're taking it down to talk with our 3rd place finisher here tonight, that being Paul Durkee. Hit him up down now, boys. And take it to pit road. We are here now with Paul Durkee. And Paul, man, I know you said you were trying to work your way from that back and you knew it wasn't that much of a chance, but still, that was worth a fight and a half there, I'll say.
Yeah, I'll take 3rd place. I was probably a 5th place car. Couple of guys, got caught out pitting early and come back to bite them. But regardless, Carter ran a good race, and he deserves the win.
For sure there, but I mean, you can't sell yourself short as well on what you had to do to just hold that car on and hold it off all the way through. I mean, you still had to try to keep things running and keep things going, and it did stick well, and it, for the most part, I mean, it could have gone either way if another caution came out.
Yeah, it could have. All in all, 3rd place was really good. Would I have liked to have got the win? Absolutely, but I'm going to take the 3rd and run all the way home with it.
And there's nothing wrong with that at the end of the day, man. So who do you want to thank here for this 3rd place finish?
Well, I'd like to thank my pit crew for giving me one hell of a ride tonight, and Winn-Dixie for supplying us some good cold beer for after the race.
You boys in the beer, save me some. I'll join you here in a little bit. But Paul, congratulations here, bud. Well deserved a 3rd place finish.
All right, thanks a bunch. We appreciate you guys broadcasting.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your 3rd place finisher right in the 43 Winn-Dixie, Paul Durkee. All right, now we'll take it down, talk with our boy Justin Lawson in the 20. And Justin Lawson now tuning on in with us here down at pit road. And Justin, it looked like the car faded off too quick and lost all hope after that. What down there, bud?
Yeah, I knew I didn't have anything for Carter. I was trying to save my stuff in case we had a late caution there, and I had to defend off my 2nd to Paul back there. I think the strategy really helped me out tonight. I didn't have much more than a top 5 car, but worked out pretty good for me.
For sure. I mean, at the end of the day, still a 2nd place finish, nothing to sneeze at, especially with how difficult and tough this track must have been on you guys. And I mean, I know the fan support's always going to be there, and the people are always going to, root you guys on. But I mean, at the end of the day, this was still a run that I think you and your team really had to put up to keep this car unbayed, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the team did a great job. Had a good pit stop and had us in there at the end.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless here, man, still a 2nd place finish. Who do you want to thank you for this one tonight, bud?
So I want to thank my beautiful wife and my team for giving me the car to contend with.
Absolutely. Well, at the end of the day, it was a car to contend with, and it was a car that finished in second place. So congratulations on that here, Justin. And we'll catch you out here next time out there, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your second place finisher here tonight, Justin Lawson, and the number 20 Back in Black machine, as we now take it down to victory lane, where we will meet Mr. Carter Casey in the Budweiser number 2. And Carter, oh man, I know you were huffing and puffing a little bit and waiting for that one, buddy.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. I really didn't have much for Rick at all, but I just wanted to stay out a little later than everybody, and caution kind of flew at the right time, and thankfully I was able to dodge the accident off the floor there, and everything sort of played out. Just got to thank everybody for racing clean there. It was a fun little battle.
It was indeed. It was a good show all around. I mean, with everything you had to do and kind of hold off and keep working towards. I mean, this had meant a lot just to try to even survive with how loose and how tight these cars were getting, how things were going. But I got to ask you, do you think you might have had a little bit more of more of a chance from that caution that came out, or do you think it was just at the end of the day you were just working for whatever you can get at this point?
Well, the longer in the run, I was finding that I was able to get closer to second place using a little more brake. I was being a little too easy on the brake early in the run, so I sort of undersold myself on those early stints. And once I realized how much brake I had in the car, I started getting a little position, and possibly had I been up front after realizing how much brake I had, I mean, maybe I could have figured something out. But I think at the end of the day, I was probably second place at best, and things kind of worked out, and just glad to get a win here.
For sure there. Well, Carter, nevertheless, you have a race win under your belt and a trip to victory lane. So I got to ask you, man, who do you want to thank her for this one?
Well, I got to thank these guys for having me, obviously. Thank Budweiser for being on the hood of this car. And thank PTM for hosting a hell of a session. And hopefully we'll be back next week.
I don't know how you can call it a hell of a session when you haven't even seen the broadcast, but we do always appreciate the gesture at least. So, Carter,
It's always a hell of a session.
Carter, thanks again for taking time to talk with us here, man. Congratulations on a race win. Long overdue, bud.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Carter Casey in the number 2 Budweiser. And that will about wrap it up here tonight here for the first race of the night on our PTM Racing TV session. So we have one more coming your way. Flyby will be up next. They will be within about an hour and a half for now, so stay tuned and keep an eye out for that. Meanwhile, you guys go and finish the Xfinity race right now. I'm going to do the same after I get some things done up for YouTube. So if you want to catch the YouTube version of this, give us about 15-20 minutes and we'll have it up. But if you are watching on YouTube now, thank you again. We appreciate you. We love you guys from the replay. For those that watched here on Facebook Live all the way through, thank you so much for the support. And we hope to catch you guys here in just a little bit with the Flyby Cup Series. So for now, be safe. God bless. Take care. We'll see you in a minute. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to PTM Racing TV.